If it helps, I haven't ignored any of them yet.
Huh.
I don't know what that says there.
That if there's frequent stars activity on your live, your audience may be challenged to activate a stars party. If they send enough stars within a 5-minute limit, they'll unlock a special celebration. Fantastic. I wonder what it is.
That's interesting.
So they have to wait, we have to get enough stars within a 5-minute period that it unlocks a special celebration.
Yeah,
Okay, so we'll have like balloons and
Probably.
confetti. All right.
I have no idea.
We look so funny. You look so tiny compared to me. Look at you.
Is that better?
Yes, it's much better.
Oh, Susan's here.
Yes, I saw that. Susan is here. Hello, Susan. Hello, hello. Good to see everyone, every witch, whoever happens to be here with us. If you're here and haven't said hello yet, say hello, please. And if you're not here yet,
Say hello when you get here.
say hello when you get here. Simple as that, isn't it?
LJ's here.
Hello, LJ.
We're here.
We're here. Barely. I was trying to write a sentence to some folks today, and I was apologizing for not putting. I forgot to change Wednesday to Thursday on
Mm,
like a chronological email,
on a day. Yep.
daily email thing. So I forgot to. So they got 2 Wednesdays this week, and I was explaining that. And while I was explaining it, instead of saying March 7th, I said November 7th.
Oh, geez.
So
That's
I am
funny.
really in the timey-wimey machine, my friends.
Hi, Christy.
Oh, there's that little low FPS thing
Yeah,
again.
I know.
Well, I don't know. Can everybody hear us
Hello.
okay? Voices voices coming through all right? Can you hear? Can you see us? Hello?
Angela Turley's saying hi. LJ saying hi.
Hi, Angela Turley. Hello, Christy Reed. Hello, LJ. Hello. Hello, Susan. Charlie Brown. Wickedly windy, says LJ. Yeah. Yeah, we've had some pretty interesting weather patterns flying through, haven't we? So, nothing really surprises us these days. But wind is a great time to get out there and work some works with some storm magic. I think you wrote an article about that, LJ, for the e-zine a couple months ago, or maybe a year ago, or something. But that would be a great time to harness the energy. So, did you come up with a title for today, Grim? Because I know you had asked me and I didn't have a title.
As the Corvid navigates.
As the Corvid navigates. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought too. It's kind of one of those days. You know, this whole week, Grim and I have just really had the opportunity to go with the flow on a number of things
Oh, that the opportunity.
rather than to let things like get us down. Um, Not that life did not try.
All a matter of perspective. Given an opportunity to go with the flow.
Right.
That's
But it really does. It does depend on your perspective
it
because
does.
I know that a lot of folks are experiencing lots of troubles, and damn it if I'm not like trauma bonding with you all again, but I need to remind everybody. And I guess I will forever remind you as long as it takes us to remember to help us remember about healing and energy, that when you are suffering with a physical ailment, don't forget you are never separate, mind, body, and spirit. You are always all three together at the same time. So if you look at an injury as simply something physical, you're not going to heal on all levels. You need to take a deeper look sometimes at the areas that are affecting you. And that's why a lot of times I'll get out there and remind folks, like I did today, that with these intense energies shifting around, we've had the Schumann resonance spiking like over 100, which is phenomenal. We've had all kinds of new vibrational frequencies kind of, churning away here with us. I just feel like we're more compact than we've ever been before. It just feels like it's going fast and frequent, and you are bound to feel a little shook up.
And
Folks are having problems with their digestive systems. They're feeling nauseous. They have diarrhea. They're struggling with eating, being able to keep certain foods down. Don't just automatically assume something is wrong. Allow yourself to blend with the energies that are around you. You were about to say something.
oh, and let's yeah, let's not forget the energy of that's going around right now that pretty predominant here in the United States. There's a lot of hatred being flung around, and last night there was a culmination of that as far as the State of the Union address goes.
Well, and it's Super Tuesday was
And
intense as
Super
well.
Tuesday was intense as well. And so we've got a lot of political hatred going around this country right now that I think is starting to really affect us psychically
And
in some
well,
pretty negative ways.
to be honest, Grim, it's not just in this country. I mean, I watch other news broadcasts from other
Yeah,
countries around
yeah.
the world, and everybody seems to have somewhat of a vested interest in what happens here in the United States elections. But um, Monday, I think we did 420 tarot, and then Wednesday, Grim and I were all set to do. We were going to do 420ish tea and tarot on Wednesday, but gosh darn it, if we were not zapped from that Super Tuesday influx of heavy, intense fear, chaos. I mean, it was just this. I mean, we actually had a meeting planned here at the old church with our council that's forming as a committee of folks to figure out workshops and classes and rituals and whatnot. Gosh, I wish you were here with us because it would be fun if you were. And if you ever are in the area, come on down. And if we ever visit with you, we'd love to talk to you about those very same things. But I digress. So Tuesday we gathered from 6 to 8. We usually have a potluck, and we did that night as well. But we actually decided instead of having our meeting first, we decided let's have dinner first because we were all so zapped. So we ate, hoping that we would feel a little better with some sustenance, give us a little energy. But it really didn't go away, that kind of brain foggy,
If
unsteady
anything, it added
feeling.
to it.
So pretty much every meeting Grim and I have had this week, with the exception of a few readings that have been very successful. The group meetings, rather than like try to punch through on all the bullet points that we're supposed to, we've just said, you know what? Let's let this be a community day. Let's just gather and break bread together, share time together, laugh together, tell stories together, and that's what we've done. It's been that kind of a week.
Yeah, it's been a lot of vibrational ups and downs going on, depending on what you're tuned into when you're watching the news, paying
Yeah.
attention to the media, if you allow yourself to stay centered in just one news broadcast or one headline variety, you're going to start to vibrate and emanate that vibration. And I think it's really important if you're going to be watching the news, paying attention to the media, balance it out by seeking out things that are good and happy and successful within the news as well. Stop sitting there in the fear side of it all,
Or the anger
or
side.
the anger side of it all.
Nothing good comes from an angry mouth, folks. As much as you'd like to, tout yourself for your snarly attitude sometimes, you know, logical thinking and, speaking with integrity, I think, outweighs anything you could say that was angry or full of contempt. And I'm not directing that at anybody in particular. I'm just saying there's so much of it out there right
There
now.
really is. It's we've reached a really unfortunate time in our nation and in the world, really, that you only see few times in history. And that place that we've reached in our world right now is where hatred is in almost every place you turn, almost every conversation you tune into, almost every channel you flip on, headline you read, comment you interact with. There is not so much disagreement and debate as there is degradation and debasement. The only other times in history that you see this type of attitude happening is before there's a great social or political upheaval.
And we're sitting there.
See, societies can't survive on hatred. They can't consume hatred and expect to grow strong.
Not when our message this time, this lifetime, has been all about love, learning how to
Yeah.
love and communicate. And
And hatred's acidic, insidious.
war does not translate.
It eats away and erodes at the very foundations of what we were created to do, which was to understand who we are as spiritual beings. But if we're so busy understanding that our neighbor hates me, we're not going to spiritually climb out of this hole.
There are people that are taking it one step farther, and um, I don't want you to get the idea that Grim and I think that peaceful rallies or protests are, not worth our time. We actually think just the opposite. As long as things remain peaceful and civil and integral, that's, you know, what is important to us. Once we start hearing folks name calling and debasing other folks, it just like Grim says, it just kind of degrades from there. Um, so so well, I don't know if
I don't know what you want me to read it.
I don't know. Do you want to share that or not? That's why I pointed at it
Oh,
like you might want to think about that one. Um, so I know we've got some other people to say hello to. We're both squinting at the screen. Okay, Grimmer. Let's see. It says Deb Kirkland,
okay.
Karen Berkentine Springer, Brandon. Who else, Grimmer? You gotta scroll.
Cheryl Vandenberg,
Jerry Van
Jer-
Dam. Cool. Cool, cool. I know Karen, Karen Berkentine Springer. How did your husband's surgery go? I know that has been a concern, an ongoing thing. And actually, you know what? Just to say a couple of um, little housekeeping notes here. Purple Door Witch Maria had asked us a couple of weeks ago to share some love and healing blessings with her granddaughter who had been in a really severe car accident. And it was pretty scary there for a minute, but she sent me a picture of the young lady today, and she's doing much better to the point that she's actually even out of the hospital and won a 4-H ribbon with her bunny. So not too shabby, not too shabby. Um, So there's that. And what else did I want to tell folks about? Oh, I just know there are a few people who have um, some really intense kind of health concerns going on right now, either with you or with someone in your immediate family or community. And I want you to know that last night, the guild leaders and I, rather than having our bullet point meeting like we normally do, we spent some time. Uh-oh. It's all this dog hair. It's everywhere. My goodness. No, it's actually because we're in 420-ish tarot, right?
And I've got something important I want
Anyways, we spent some time in meditation last night, calling in some healing energy. And so if you don't already pause for peace for yourself at 9 p.m. your time, I and Grim, we encourage you to take some time out, even if it's not 9. If you can't do it at 9 because you're busy or whatever, watching a movie, we get it. But sometime before you go to bed, if you're able to, pause, allow yourself to do some unwinding, some grounding, some meditative breathing. Let go of what no longer serves you and just welcome in healing, rejuvenating energy. Do that for yourself a few times. It doesn't have to be this, half-hour meditation session. Keep it focused, keep it short, and if you want to, on the Purple Door every day, Susan posts we have a
daily reminder.
pause for peace focus word, and Christy and Susan are both sharing those out there. So join us on the Purple Door if you're not doing that already.
Heck, share it. Get that word out there.
Yeah.
Get that intention out there.
And if you're one of those people that I was just mentioning that have, some kind of ailment or trauma or grief going on in their family right now, an illness that needs a little extra juju, reach into that peaceful purple cauldron of healing energy that we've created together. You know how to find it. We create it here almost every time we talk together. So, please know that that is out there for you. And if you need some extra prayers and healing, I want you to know both Grim and I would, be honored if you reached out and asked for that extra help, because it's hard to go through some of these things alone. Don't go through it alone. That's why we're withstanding. What do you want to say, sir?
Brandon had made a post or a comment up here in regards to some gatherings and protests that are taking place throughout Leeds right now, and which got me to thinking on a broader scale the protests around the world that are taking place right now for various different causes and issues that we see ourselves faced with.
Mm-hmm.
We've got farmers around the country, around the world, going on strikes, occupying their cities. We've got war protests for either side of the political divide on that particular scenario between Ukraine and Russia and Palestine and Israel and other conflicts around the world. You've got protest for and against. People gathering and protest for different political issues, social issues, climate issues. Brandon, you're right. There is a time for active participation. There is a time to rise up. There is a time to speak up. And unless you're raising your hand in defense, there's never a reason to fist up.
Hmm.
Getting our points across through violence, any rules that come after that violence are rules that were created out of suppression and fear.
I know.
If we want to make a change in this world, we have to stop complying with the things things that we don't agree with. Getting out
Ooh,
on the streets.
ooh, that's a hard one. Because like I'm sorry to interrupt you,
No,
but
go ahead.
that makes me think about like plastic usage.
Hmm.
Like I just abhor the overusage of plastic packaging everywhere I turn.
Hmm.
But yet I can't go to the grocery store and buy a loaf of bread, a carton of eggs. Uh, you know, everything is affected
Yes,
by plastic, even cans.
even soda cans.
I mean, I it's just everywhere. It's just everywhere. So, but how do I get around that? So, until I figure out my way around it,
Yeah. It's a
I
return to, as a side note, that would be a return to simpler times. We would have to agree as a society that we don't need to buy the packaged bread when we can buy or create the bread ourselves
right,
locally.
right. No,
Things
I
like that.
well, I get that, but not a lot of people have the lifestyle or luxury
No,
that they can just start baking their own loaves of bread.
but
So,
there's ways that it can be that that's a different story. That's a different topic for
hey,
another day.
really?
Yeah, because what I was talking about is more of these big social things that we see rioting on the streets taking place, protests on the streets taking place, and we're all screaming for a different aspect of change. We all want change, and we're all fighting for a different change, and we're all throwing 1,000 different voices behind 1,000 different causes, but all in the end, it's for one cause only.
We're not
We're,
all though.
what do you mean?
Well, you were just saying that we compromise ourselves.
Hmm.
There are a lot of people that don't speak their voice, that aren't feeling heard about how they feel about what's happening right now. They just go along complacently
Hmm.
because they don't feel that there is a way.
Well, that's where this topic is going right now. There is a way. There is a way for us to all do one thing. If we all stood behind our values and stopped participating with any industry and or company that contributes to any way, shape, or form to that thing that you stand against.
Well, that's what I'm saying though.
Hmm.
If I, and this is where it becomes overwhelming to
Hmm.
someone like me, I think there are other people that
Let me get to the bigger picture here, please. I'm not talking about the plastic that we buy in the store. I'm not talking about the small, everyday little things that we can do to change the world. Those are too overwhelming. We can't do them as an individual thing. And I get that. There's many of us that go, what can I do? And I'm not going to do anything about it because I can't. What I'm saying is if we were to, as a nation, as a global community, pick 1 week out of the year, this upcoming year, and stop. We stop shopping. We stop voting. We stop using social media. We stop all of these different hundreds of protests that are going on, throwing out thousands of different voices, creating confusion and division, and just speak in one unified voice. Stop the fuckery. Reset. We stop participating in the government. Anything that feeds the government that we want so desperately to change, we have to stop supporting financially. We want to see less plastic pollution. That's a governmental issue because only the government at this point can tell the manufacturing companies it's going to cost you if you're going to keep making this kind of mess.
may I may I say
Yeah.
what I was going to say
Hmm.
about the plastics?
Hmm.
And I do think it has something to do with the plastics even on the small level
Hmm.
because that's an example of something that got away from us.
Okay.
It's plastic has gotten away from us. It's in our drinking water now, it's in our food supply, it is in our own bloodstreams.
Hmm.
And had we perhaps listened to some harbingers 30, 40 years ago, I think maybe things would be different. But now, in order for the common person to go out and let's say, yes, let's stop shopping, to be able to pick up and fill the void of not going to a grocery store
Hmm.
would be a huge undertaking. Like,
Yes,
to make your own bread and grow your own
I
vegetables.
get
And
that.
that's a lot of work for folks.
And I firmly believe that there is a place in our society for Amazon and Walmart and Kroger and Subways and McDonald's and things like that. All those corporate things we have a need for in our society. They serve a very good function.
Although way overcharged.
Way overcharged, and there shouldn't be such incentive for profit for the basic necessities of food. We're not going to get the, the food supply to change because we're still going to have to go to the store and buy our food during our protests. But if we stop participating in the government, every tax that you pay supports the very things that you stand against.
You, you just put a big old anarchy stamp on my 420-ish tea and taro, Grim. I'm not going to invite you here again. I have a card that popped out while I was shuffling, and I'm just going to read it.
Okay.
Well, actually, I'm going to have you read it, sir.
I gotta put my
See
glasses
what you
on.
think.
Mother, Father, Goddess, the divine connection that entwines and connects us all because we are that all. I ask you here now to oversee this drawing of the card, this reading interpretation of the card. May the words that Gussie and I have spoken and will speak moving forward in this conversation be said with clarity and understanding and with the knowing that we say nothing out of hatred. Everything that we say comes genuinely from the places in our heart that are steeped in love, but also shadowed in our own confusions and misunderstandings of the world. I ask that the words that we speak be received with that understanding. The words that need to be heard by those that are here now and those that come later, may they be heard with understanding and clarity, and may they touch the places in their heart that resonate true with them. All energies that do not serve the greatest and highest good of this time and in this moment and in this place be unwound and cast away, recycled, refreshed, and renewed, to be wound back up and brought inwards through us all, each of us contributing our own magic, our own energy, our own love, and our own intent into it as we let it pass through us and outward once again. It connects us all because we are part of it. We are it. We are the divine. The divine is us. So mote it be.
And so it is. That card popped out like 4 times while I was trying to shuffle. It kept
Okay.
popping out while you were talking. And so I just thought maybe you should take a look at that one because the all
The
gifted.
all gifted. Boy, oh wow. This could apply in so many different ways in regards to what we've talked about today or what I hijacked us about today.
Well, there, that looks like Pandora right
It really
there
does.
with a box in
Yep.
front of her.
Yes. But then we've also got the butterflies that are circling around. We've got all the elements represented. Well,
Right, lots of ancestral magic in that card. Lots of stepping through. So, what I was thinking about today, and I'm going to hijack your card
okay,
reading.
hijack it for me for a moment.
Um, what I was thinking about today is I was brushing my teeth like I do before I do 420 tarot or any readings. I was in there. That's usually when I receive my clarity, and I was thinking about how I've recently been feeling really stuck when it comes to um, the messages that we receive from spirit recently, because it feels like we've been saying the same things kind of over and over again for a while. And then it comes to my mind that I've been saying the things over and over again for a while. And so I wait for Spirit to deliver some new messages, and I find I'm still saying the same stuff. And I realize that, sometimes we do just need to keep repeating things because sometimes not everybody gets it the first time, the second time, the third time, the 20th time. But also, I realized that I need to make myself available to receive new information. I need to be ready, to be open enough to move on to the next level. Not that I feel that I've achieved it all. I don't feel, that I'm completely done with this and such is that I'm an ascended master here upon the earth in front of you. I don't I don't feel that way about myself. Not yet. I'm still working on shadows. I'm still working on communication and love. I'm still working on how to function within my community and build, manifest what I dream would be my new world, my ideal life here on earth. As everything shifts and changes right now, we can look at this opportunity as both a Pandora's box that is, scary to open. Some folks might think it would be better to keep it closed because you don't know what's in there. And we all know the story that that box can get opened and it can release a tremendous number of horrific terrors unleashed on your life. But also, it serves as a portal. And knowing that we have not only our ancestors behind us, our own past lives, animals, crystals, plants from other realms and this realm as well, fairies and gods and goddess energies that we call upon to help us take our own next best step. It's a portal, an opportunity. And I've been kind of keeping myself closed down. I've realized it isn't that I'm waiting for everyone to catch up and that my gosh, once everybody figures this out, then we can move on. It isn't like that. I myself have kept my own, I guess it's kind of like a lock on the elevator. I don't want to go any further right now, so this is where we're kind of stuck. But my goal over this weekend, over the next few days, and coming up on this new spring equinox energy that we have coming up, um, I want to focus on allowing that portal to open again, that I may receive the blessings of whatever information Spirit has to share with us on the next level. We're ready for the next level. Give that some thought. Because it does include also what you're talking about, and that
Mm-hmm.
is, mind, body, spirit. If our minds and our spirits are much more settled, our physical lives can't be in misery
Yeah,
as well. So it is going to get a little tricky. It's already a little
it
tricky,
is.
but we just have to keep, sending energy, supporting one another when we can,
And it's
and
not and it's not going to be easy. It's you know, Shelley raises a very accurate point. I'm saying essentially general strike, set down our pitchforks and refuse to harvest the fields for a while and see how the lords feed themselves. And that's much easier said than done because most of us aren't geared and tuned towards that ability of self-sustaining. We're not in financial, emotional positions to be able to say, I'm done shopping for a week.
folks have been using up all their energy working for someone else.
It is extremely difficult for us as a society today to do exactly what I think we need to do, which is to go on strike. But there is a different way. We're all so busy worrying about the big, huge issues of federal government, this behemoth of a beast that is nothing more than the muscle of the skeleton of the United States of America. We are the skeleton. We are the strength that that muscle attached to, and we direct it. We move the might of America through our strength. And the strength does not start at the White House. It does not start in Washington, D.C.
And it takes time.
And it takes time. But it starts right in our own backyards. It starts with getting involved in our own local communities again. It starts with getting involved with our own local governments and supporting programs and initiatives that build self sustainability, that build self strength, self sufficiency, and community growth programs. It starts with educating the politicians that are running for our local offices that we want initiatives that encourage community gardens, local businesses. It starts with encouraging governors to stop giving tax breaks and initiatives to the massive corporations that come in and rape and pillage the local communities and environment, and give those same tax breaks and initiatives to mom and pop entrepreneurs that can grow a community driven business that hires local, stays local, supports local. Teach our governors that that's where we want our grants to go to. Start in our own backyards. Learn what it is that we want as a small community of people in a neighborhood surrounded by other neighborhoods that are all striving for the same thing: freedom to live, to exist, to be, to grow, to flourish. Start seeking out those community leaders that have that as their goal and their foundation. Support them and teach them what you know.
Peace,
Peace.
not just freedom.
Well, you can't have freedom unless there's peace.
I think some people define it otherwise right now.
That's true.
So I just wanted, words have power.
That's true. Peace. Peace to grow physically, emotionally, spiritually.
You know, that card that keeps coming back to us, the all gifted card, just makes me remember that we're all gifted. We all have the
We are the
power
strength.
to manifest what we can envision. Now, I know that you might say, well, yeah, okay, so I want to be president and, I'll just start manifesting that, Gussie. Well, but you're saying that sarcastically. You don't really think that you can do that. Or you wouldn't say it sarcastically. When we say we can't do things, it's because we've already concluded that we're not going to be successful, a lot of times without even giving it a try. That all gifted card is a reminder to those of us that would surrender the ability to remember that we have these skills that are innate and inherent in all of us. We can manifest a peaceful place. We can manifest change. Keep it integral. Keep it out of the.
The universe is a chaotic place. It is a tumultuous place. It is a dangerous place. But when you look out upon the stars, it is woven into a tapestry that is just beautiful. And we are part of that tapestry. That chaotic mess of randomness brought together, woven together, strung together into a singular you.
And you're all gifted. We're all gifted. Let's manifest the life we want. Let's manifest. Stop. limiting yourself by saying, we can't, I can't. Let's start wondering what happens when we can. Let's look for the changes.
We may not be able to grow our own food gardens to sustain ourselves full force, but we can work towards a time that our children and our grandchildren could do that if they needed to or wanted to.
Time to plant another garden, Grimmer.
Time to plant another garden. And boy, am I looking forward to this one. We've got the Ostara event coming up here at the old church with how many rows of Sharon bushes are
Like 30?
incorporated into the ceremony?
Yeah,
We're going to
I
be
think
planting
like
so
30.
much. We've got all kinds of food vines that are going to be coming in here in a few days that we're going to start planting. It's just going to be amazing. I'm looking forward to this year's garden. I really am. It's going to be fun. And we
We
got
have all kinds of food vines coming in. I guess you should talk to me about
no,
them.
the cucumbers and melons and
Oh, you're talking seeds.
seeds. Yes,
Okay.
the seeds coming that we get to
When you
plant.
said you food vines coming in means that they got to be planted right away, and I'm like, how many
No,
bunch of
no,
food
no.
vines?
We
What
got
the hell are you talking about?
and above and beyond
Grimmer,
all of
words have power.
above and beyond all of that, we've got a community of people growing around this idea of creating a community garden that we can all participate in, and that's going to be fun too.
You know, our herbalist guild is kind of an online collective garden.
I've been,
I love that.
yeah,
We're learning as we go.
learning as we go, and I'm actually using that as kind of the backbone of how we're building our garden outside, taking those things that we talk about and work on and seeing what we can grow out of it.
As you should. That's the plan. All right, everyone. Gosh, I see Copper Marie was here. I
Yeah.
I wish I had said a few minutes ago because I'm exhausted now, Graham.
Okay.
But I would have asked Copper her opinion on astrologically speaking, talking about with all the changes in the. But I'm assuming that can be a whole other conversation for another day.
There's all kinds of conversations I think need to start happening on a spiritual level, politically speaking, socially speaking, environmentally speaking.
Well, let's ask Copper to join us again, like we tried that one time.
We're getting a little better at figuring
Yeah,
that
we
out.
are a little better at it. So, okay, everybody. Well, pause for peace tonight, 9 p.m. your time. If you're looking for a reading, whether it be an energy reading, an ancestral magic reading, some kind of a next best step reading, Grim and I, shadow work, that's what we do. If you're looking for an astrology reading, a natal chart, that would be Copper, and you can reach her through our Open the Purple Door website. You can book a reading with her there. You get a little discount if you go that direction. Let's see, what else should we say? It's a weekend, so we got a couple days to breathe.
Yeah, we got a couple of days.
I hope that you have a wonderful 2 days, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on Monday at 4:20ish Tea and Tarot, aren't you, Graham?
Yes, I am.
And don't forget, we're still writing on our calendar that on the 28th of this month we are doing a Purple Door Witch Wave. So put it on your calendar. Even though we were not able to hold the last two because of some energy fluctuations,
Oh, you mean that type of thing right there?
that kind of thing, and also
Two low
my
flames.
own my own energy fluctuations. Anyways, y'all, I hope you have a wonderful evening. It's been great chatting with you while we've been here for 43 minutes and 44 minutes. Let's see if we can talk for one more minute, Graham. It'll be 45 minutes.
Ooh.
See? Think we can do it?
We will have a wonderful weekend, Deb. I
Don't
hope we
forget,
all have one.
uh, it's not too late to get the Purple Door e-zine. It's only $4.20 a month. It goes towards helping us being able to keep doing these things and more. We'd like to be able to expand what we're doing, but it's hard when we're always kind of trying to, juggle everything. So once some more subscriptions start coming in, it's a wonderful digital magazine that we get great feedback on it all the time. Good articles, great recipes. So, you know, support your local witch.
Let me. I'm gonna go get the link for it right now.
Oh, you better hurry up. We'll probably go past 45
Uh-oh.
minutes.
We will. Oh no.
That's okay. No pressures. No
No
pressures.
pressure.
What is the purple door?
Let's see. It's right
Under
here.
store, monthly e-zine.
Monthly easy. And then I can do this. You see, our website is now functioning in ways that it hadn't before. As in, it's actually working for everybody.
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you to those folks that help us, Patreons and followers out there. We really appreciate it because,
Without your support, we wouldn't have been able to upgrade our website package to allow everybody equal access to
yeah,
it.
people were getting this weird, this site is not secure kind of note, and people were sending us messages, and we are like, we just can't afford the upgraded package yet, but now we can. And we've paid it for a year, right? So
Yes,
we should be good.
we're good.
All right, y'all. Thank you for that. And we love you. And just
Stay
stay
magical.
magical.